Here on Upper Michigan Today. Now we are recapping The Mighty Red by Louise Erdrich. So this was July's read. Marty, we'll start with you first. What was your take on this one?
Well, you know, I was really surprised by this. I love Louise Erdrich, and I've read lots of her books. This one sort of has the same kinds of themes about how important place is and community and everything, but it also was sort of a surprising kind of love triangle story. And then also it turned into like this eco literature book where she was talking about how important the environment is and people's connection to it. So just a really, really great read. And there's this like mystery that you don't find out until the end. There's this accident that you keep hearing about through the whole book, and you don't find out, and it affected everybody's lives, and you don't find out about it until the end, what actually happened. So yeah, it's kind of a mystery, eco literature, love story.
And Andrea, before we get your thoughts on it, why don't we get a quick summary of the book, Marty, for our viewers and for John, who weren't here for last month's episode.
Okay. Yeah, well, it basically is a mother-daughter story. Crystal is the mother and Kismet is the daughter. And the daughter is just getting out of high school, and there are these two guys from high school who really want to marry her and be with her. And Crystal's husband disappears at the beginning of the book. And then there's these mysterious series of bank robberies that start happening with this person that comes in dressed in different costumes. We find, you know, I'm not going to give that away, but that's a part of the story too, where the mystery of who is doing the bank robbing. But it's also this story about how community comes together, you know, and community comes together to in times of desperation and in times of joy too. So you get that through the whole thing. It's really a hard book to describe in just a couple sentences.
You just got to pick it up. And I mean, lots of mysteries, some surprise themes. Andrea, was there anything that surprised you or delighted you in particular when reading this?
We're playing past the book. She's talking now.
It's the talking stick. I listened to this one on audiobook. So picking up this book, I'm pleasantly surprised how much weight,
heavy.
Much weight it is. And there is a lot of emotional weight in this book as well. I was really surprised at how this turned into an environmental tale for me. If anyone knows me out there, they know that I'm always pretty conscious about my impact that I put on the environment. Always concerned about X, Y, and Z news stories that are going on. I love identifying wildflowers too, which they bring it up in here. So that was pleasant to know that this story is still being told of like the importance of, you know, agricultural practices and how the chemicals affect the soil and thus the runoff and the river, and just how everything is really interconnected. But I also have to ask you a question. What does eco literature mean?
Eco literature, it's literature that's really concerned with the environment and talking about conservation of the environment. And you know, Louise Erdrich is an Indigenous writer, so she's coming at it from a very different viewpoint than the rest of the people in town who are white settlers who are into agro business culture.
When you said echo, I was like, echo.
No. Sorry.
I was like, wait, what?
Well, I'm throwing terms at you. Okay, there's going to be a pop quiz at the end of the class.
Define eco literature. Well, we are going to be moving on to a new book for August, which starts tomorrow. I can't even believe it, but
oh my gosh.
you know, it's still a great book to pick up, and you don't always have to read along with us at our pace, but you know, I like to do these all booked up episodes just to give you some inspiration to pick up, even if not this book, but just any book.
I like how you said we were talking about the ecosystem and with the river and stuff, because the cover, it looks like a river, or at least like a root maybe.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you brought that up, because that's
She's an art person.
That's one of the things I wanted to say is, like, whenever you read a new book and like you try to find where the title comes into play, I don't know if any of you get really excited about that, and you're like, oh, like finally we know what the Mighty Red is, and this is not a spoiler alert, but like it's the river that ties everyone together. And in this river, there's great things that happens because it feeds the livelihood of this community, but also like tragedy happens in it as well. And so it's a river.
I just thought I'd point it out. Yeah.
It could be a root.
It could be a root.
That's why I said root or river, because I'm
The
like,
root does fit with the story.
Wow,
It
it
could be
does.
both.
And there's ghosts in this story too.
Well, you should pick up this book and then let us know if you think it's a root, a river, or maybe, you see, I think that's like an abstract dancing ghost. Like, woo.
It could
But-
be.
it could be all three.
It could be whatever you want it to be. Anyway,
Well, it's like
you
a
can pick up-
Rorschach test. What do you see in this picture?
And that-
You know?
yes,
I
this
see
says
a
a lot about
cockroach.
you.
No, I don't.
Well, you can pick up a copy of The Mighty Red to read at the Peter White Public Library. We're going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we'll pick up our all booked up conversation and tell you about another book that you might want to add to your list. Stay with us.